What's up, my friends? Happy birthday, Graham. This is for my Graham. My grandmother, she turns 88 tomorrow. Now, when I record this, it's on Thursday, but this is going to be set up for Friday morning, so she turns 88. This woman practically half raised me. Was so impressive. She was so independent. And she was a beast of a duelist. The best machine duelist I ever saw back then. And she ran one of the most brutal, ruthless beatdown decks of all time. Now, she's the one who first got me my first set of cards. Because my mom wouldn't let me have them. So I owe everything to her. I had seen the anime already, of course. But she got me my first set of cards. She's the one that got me starter deck Yugioh. And my first LOB pack. And then, Magic Ruler, and then Metal Raiders Magic Ruler, and then Pharaoh's Servant, and on and on and on. All because of her. That is my Graham, and I respected her so much, but boy, I could never beat her. I don't remember how many times I lost to her exactly. We never kept count of all that. But I remember when it started becoming a running joke. Me and my brother kept count, and I believe I lost 27 straight times to her. I believe it was 27 straight times. And that's wild. That's insane. I never beat her. I don't know officially. She was a great duelist. Like back then at the very beginning, we played by Duelist Kingdom rules. But later on when we started playing by the rules, like when Battle City was around, she would still beat the pants off me every time. She's my idol. She's my real life idol. And the best machine duelist I've ever seen. So you're probably wondering what decks we're using. And this is my kid self. So I drew each of the faces, the avatars here. This is basically how we looked back then. And it's close enough. Hers is a little caricatured and very cartoonish. Mine's more or less, that's literally how I looked when I was like 9. Between ages of 5 to 9 or 10. Maybe 11. And that's when I dueled her the most. And I have a fun fact at the very end of the video, but this is going to be very fun because it's old school machine decks. Yes, she's the first machine duelist after Keith that I saw. She was the first one or technically the second one after Keith, and the first real life duelist I saw run a machine deck. And I ran machine decks too, of course, in honor of her. And so now you have the full backstory on Animanga. That is why I love machines. Keith and her is why I love machines, why I run machines, all that stuff. So let's get going. Now, some of these cards in here you'll see a lot of them were from Dark Revelations, because she somehow got big booster sets of them when they were more rare. It was hard to find Dark Revelations 1 and 2. We had those. She somehow got some tournament packs for me. I don't know how she got those. eBay was a thing back then. This was before Amazon, so you can forget that. Yeah. And this is basically almost, not 1 for 1, but with the correct monsters in here, this is our decks from back then. Gradually, because this has many different years of cards. This could be cards from 2002 up to 2005, anywhere in that range, when we were dueling. And yeah, there's nothing else to say other than I'm terrified of losing to her again. Now, for her birthday, can I just get one win? She can beat me the others. Now, when you're gonna see certain cards like cards that were only in the Japanese. Oh, Mechanical Chaser. Fun fact, I know they were very hard to find back then because they had the 1850. Oh, my battle footballer. No. I could rely on them so much back then. And no, neither of us had Metamorph. We looked and looked for it. We could not get Metamorph. It was too hard to get. Weapon change. You're gonna see some Japanese ones because she found some Japanese ones online. And I traded for some at school. I had a giant mech soldier that had the 2 blocks up and down for attack and defense, you know? I had that stuff, and she had a machine attacker. And they're in our decks, so if you're wondering why they're in our decks, we had them, we used them. She did not like to use Monster Reborn though, and she thought most of the Duel Monsters cards were ugly, except machines. That's the real reason she told me why she used them. Reflect Bounder, I mean we each had 3. I bought so many Pharaoh's Servant packs. I'm the king of Pharaoh's Servant. Let's go. Keith would be proud with that. Or my grandma would be proud in this case. I'm getting schooled. Lucky to survive this turn. This is why my Gram is the most supreme machine duelist of all time. She's the one I fear the most. The Gear Granny. No, she would smack me if she heard me call her Granny. And this is the freaking strat she always did. She had 2 ground collapses in her deck. She thought this was funny. She would lock out my field except 1 because she knew I liked to beat down with my Machine King. Yes, I ran Machine King beatdown and you just wasted your misuse of limiter removal there. Back then I feel like I did that a couple times, the limiter removal. Misusing it. I lose. Face down was Rush Recklessly. And I lost. Guys, I lost. She would always pull that ground collapse, get me to have one space left, so I couldn't really take full advantage of my Machine King beatdown. I would use Machine King and DNA Surgery. You know, the classic beatdown combo. I had Machine King and I loved him so much. I did have a Barrel Dragon, but I didn't really put him in my deck because he was more of a trophy card for me. He was just such a beautiful card. So I didn't really use him in my deck. I'm just excited, I'm sorry. I'm so excited for this. Because I'm dueling my idol. The one that I'd never have defeated. Never. I never beat her once. And I know she's gonna watch this. She's laughing. I know you could never beat me, sweetie. Always does that. Doo-doo. And by the power invested upon GX Tag Force Music, let me win. Oh, my helping Robo for combat. Freaking ground collapse. That card was so annoying. She would lock me out with it. I got scared she would try to find a 3rd one, but she never did. She never found a 3rd one. Man, I just cannot. She's bricked. Let's go, helping Robo. Yep. I ran 3 Machine Conversion Factory back in the day. And I used it like the anime way first. No, she had that hidden in her wristband. I know you did, Grim. Dawn, let's go! Limiter removal. That was cool. Are we not gonna... Drillago was my 2nd favorite machine, or 3rd favorite machine for a while. A long while. 3rd favorite machine, only behind... Agenzo was 4th. I would have loved him more, but my Gram used him, so he was my 4th favorite. My 2nd favorite was, of course, Machine King, and my 1st favorite was Barrel Dragon. And I loved Battle Footballer when it finally came out. I think it was Flaming Eternity. It came out. I think it was Flaming Eternity. Ooh. 4 would have been ruthless on me. Wow, okay. She does indeed do damage. But she lost? No? Freak, man. Still can't beat my Gram. After all these years. I won! Let's go, Machine King! And yes, I did... Okay. I finally beat her once. But I'm not... This isn't the full match. Yeah! I finally beat my Gram. Yes! Gram, if you're watching this, I finally beat you. Of course it was just AI. I know I can never beat you in real life. Funny story. I never owned Mirror Force until later in my career when I was like a teenager, after we stopped dueling as much. I never owned Mirror Force back then because it was such a rare card in Metal Raiders. I could never seem to get it. So I ended up running like 2 Sakuretsu armors eventually. Water. She's like, I'll let you win that one, sweetie. She'd always say sweetie at the end, which made it... Oh, it hurt. It hurt so much. Did she throw away her ace, Genzo? Okay. Pulling some Keith moves here. Ain't gonna save you from my battle footballer. See, I knew even at a young age, I knew defense was the best offense because it could get me to my Machine King faster. And we both ran Mechanical Chaser, limiter removal. No? Made me waste my... Why did I waste my rush recklessly then? And why didn't you... What? Why didn't you try to take out Mechanical Chaser? AI is doing my Gram dirty. Doing my Gram dirty. I mean, I have 2 of the best machines back in the day out. Pharaoh Servant and Tournament Pack, I believe it was. Gram? Ah, but your points are so low. There's also another card, a trap, you don't know about that I always use. There is my ace. The Mighty Machine King. Love Machine King so dearly. It was such an easy and strong card to summon. What DNA surgery was it? Wow. She proactively used Torrential Tribute. Bravissimo. And yes, she would always say bravissimo to me. That's why I always say it in my videos. I got her. No free. Oh, let's go. I beat her. Yeah. Of course, this is best of 5. I promised myself I would do that. Two to 1. Gram's got to make a comeback. Whoops. Hey, Dorothy, I haven't used you in a while. I need to use Dorothy again. Let's go, sweetie. I was just letting you have a false sense of security. Oh yeah, were you, Gram? Bring it. I would always say, bring it. And she just laughed because she knew she had the upper hand on me. Okay, 1-7 completed way. So we had like 6 copies of 7 completed. And yes, I eventually put Big Core in my deck from Flaming Eternity. was a good card. I mean, what can I say? It was a good machine card. Little did I know Lorenzo would use it later. Okay, down to 1, but when he gets to 0, he's... Oh, heavy mech, that's a bad play. Heavy mech doesn't really work well with big core. I always thought heavy mech should have another ability to like do piercing damage. That's what I always thought. So the AI is smart, and I thought the AI was smart enough to attack into it. Dang, I can't... Am I gonna beat my Gram? Well, I couldn't use the strats even... I wasn't even on the AI's level back then. Oh! Launcher Spider, and yes, she had both arts. She had the Japanese art, and she had the English art. Let's go! Granny full power. Bet you can't get by my face downs. Rush! Recklessly! No way! Limiter removal! I mean, I admit, that's a... I mean, still, you had to give up everything, Graham. If this is not a good defense. No, it's not. Drolago. Dang, man. That's pretty good. But she's bricked. I mean, she has nothing. What am I saying? She's getting a reprieve. Oni tank. Bye-bye. She has not once summoned Jinzo, which is a bit odd. See, back then we didn't have much spell trap removal, so it was easier to do. I beat her. She's never summoned Jinzo either, but I beat her. The AI has played better than me. That's all I can mark it up to. The AI is better than 9-year-old me. Or 8-year-old me. Huh. Graham, I know this is for your birthday. I'm sorry you lost. We're very competitive. We always trash talk each other. But we do get one more duel. Can she win one more to make it 3-2? Yeah, we just didn't have much spell trap removal back in the day. I'm serious, there really was not. Like, we did, but, you know, we didn't have Duster and, you know, Heavy Storm was hard to come by until the structure decks. We just had Dust Tornado and Heavy Storm. I still say to this day that Pharaoh's Servant is the best set. It had so many great cards. It had Dust Tornado. It had Jinzo. It had Thousand Eyes Restrict. Reflect Bounder. Really? Why did you do that? Eh. You know what? That's a lot of damage. She did do a lot of damage there. Ah. So the AI is using my Gram worse and using me better. Because my Gram would dominate. Yep, it's another K damage. I mean, that was your own fault. You should have read the effect, younger me. Okay, and yes, I own the Japanese Guardian of the Throne Room. Because we knew they were light color. We knew they had no effects. I wish he'd summon Giant Mech Soldier, because I own that one too. Reflect Bounder, okay. What are... That was a bad move. In my opinion. Man, Battle Footballer has been putting in work for me. A cyborg with high defense power. Originally, it was invented for a football machine. That ain't gonna work. I got Rush Recklessly. Booyah! Huh. This is close too. I know what that is. She did have a mirror force. Yeah, you better run. She finally... Oh, the other one. She did actually eventually get Cyber Tech. She owned a Cyber Tech later on. She got tricked. She didn't activate it because the AI thought it wasn't enough damage. How did I never beat her? Because she was that good. It's not the AI. The AI doesn't do her justice. The AI does not do that woman justice. I was always scared of her. Am I free now? No, because I know that's just AI. But it does feel sort of weirdly freeing seeing that. She never summoned Jinzo. Oh, it's a little sad. What am I at? I'm at 20. Wow, 21 minutes. Okay. I think I need to end it here, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. The channel's name's Animanga. 4-1, Kid Animanga. And happy birthday, my Gram. 88 years old. See you for the next one. Bye. Should have seen her later deck, by the way. This was her old school deck.